Good evening, HCG family. It's me, Lakia. Hey! How are you guys? I missed you so much. I really did. I missed you guys so much. And I would have recorded a while ago, but actually really don't have much to talk about. Well, I didn't have much to talk about at the time. And I guess with the holidays, I've been a bit busy. I've been a lot busier. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. But at the end of the day, I'm so exhausted that when I do have the time to do anything, or, I just want to lay down and sleep. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to talk about anything. I just want to sleep. I am so through though, because this is like my second recording. It's a long story. And the other recording was really good. And, so I'm going to try to capture the essence of that first recording. But I just wanted to come to you guys with a few updates. Well, I'm in P3. First of all, let me just give myself an applause because I did it. I did my 40 days. I lost 30 pounds and 38 inches in that 40 days. And I'm so proud of myself. That's the biggest weight loss I've had in a very, very long time. And it felt so good. I felt so in control of my life for the first time in a long time. I felt like I had this thing under control. Finally, I found the answer. I got the cure, finally. And it just feels so good. It feels so good. So I know the last video I did, I told you guys that I was extending my uh phase 2 by an additional 7 days. I was supposed to go into P3 last Friday, but I decided that I would go into P3 this Friday because my ketone levels, just as I was coming to the end of my 40 days, my ketone levels rose again. And I thought it would be a good idea to just kind of ride out that high. So I decided to extend it by an additional week. But you know what? I found that it just did not work for me. I didn't lose any more. I just got to my 277. I was trying to hit 275 and it just didn't happen. I got to 277 and that was it. My body was like, we ain't going no further. Done. Finished. That's it, mama. Get off the ride. Party over. So I had to get off the ride. And actually, I was quite happy to get off the ride. I was looking forward to P3, but guys, I got to be honest with you. Since going into P3, I have gained 4 pounds. Now, it was really hard for me to see 4 pounds on my scale after working so hard to get off 30 pounds. But what happened was, I really wasn't prepared for P3. I did so much homework. I studied so hard to do P2 well, and I did excellent on P2. I wasn't prepared for P3. So now here I am, time for me to go into P3, and I was like, well, what do I do? Now it seems simple enough to me. The book says you're able to eat whatever you want on P3. You can eat whatever you want to eat, provided it doesn't have sugar and it doesn't have starches. Provided you're not eating sugar and starches, according to the book, you can eat anything you want. And even hearing that and reading that, I still didn't know what to eat. I didn't know what to eat. I think in the beginning, what happened was I wasn't eating enough. Um, I found it very difficult to eat. I was afraid, keeping it real. I was afraid to eat anything other than what I was eating previously. But when there's no HCG in your system, you can't eat that tiny little amount of food. And I believe that was my biggest downfall. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't eating enough. And I think that caused my body to store. And then when I wasn't eating enough, I made bad choices. it became okay for me. Well, let me just take a little piece of this and a little piece of that because I was so hungry. Another thing I was doing too, I had been out, and I wasn't preparing my food like I was. I was carrying my food, which is a bad, bad thing. You have to always be prepared. So that caused me to gain those 4 pounds. I'm not tripping. It's 4 pounds. I'll lose it. Hell, I actually just lost one of them this morning. But I had to find me a way to do P3 in a way that would help me to either maintain or to keep losing. I know you're not supposed to lose on P3, but I definitely didn't want to gain 4 pounds. I know I'm not supposed to do that. So after doing a lot of reading and research, and I say that again, a lot of reading and research. Yes, people, you have to read and research this stuff. I don't know everything about HCG. I read. So you have to read. That's one thing. You got to know what you're doing. And just taking a page out of my own book, I wasn't prepared for P3 because I didn't read up on it. Like I said, I did so much work keeping on P2 and doing it well that I didn't prepare myself for P3. I didn't look at videos to get ideas of what you guys were eating because this is my first round. I've never done HCG. This is my first round. So I should have been, looking at some of you guys' videos and see what you guys were eating. And, I did find one really good person I subscribed. I don't even remember her name, but damn it, I'll find it and I'll shout her out. She was really good and she helped me to kind of make the decision I made. No, not entirely, but yeah. But anyway, long story really short, looking at my time, I have decided to do Atkins for my P3. So I'm going to do Atkins Diet, which simply is a diet that is high in fat and protein and very low in carbohydrates. I kind of say that Atkins is like the opposite of HCG. HCG was a diet that was high in protein. You were able to get some carbs and some starch. Very little, very, very low calorie diet. Whereas Atkins is, you don't count calories. You can eat pretty much whatever you want. You can eat a variety of different meats, cheese, butter, fats. You could eat really well, and it's intentionally meant to be a high fat uh, diet because it is causing your body to convert from burning glucose to burning fat as a fuel. And from what I understand from doing my Atkins research, yes, I have to research too. Um, from doing my Atkins research, your body's preferred fuel is actually fat, not glucose, which we have become so accustomed to using. Not that the body can't use it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but your body's preferred fuel is fat. So just like HCG does, the Atkins diet and the plan and way of eating allows your body to burn fat as fuel and burning that stored fat the same way you would if you were on the protocol, HCG protocol, that is. So, not that I really want to burn a whole lot of weight, I definitely want to go down, lose those 3 pounds that I gained and maybe an additional 5 if possible. But I'm not really looking to lose a whole lot of weight, more so to lose what I gained and to maintain, um, but just using a different approach. And I find that the Atkins works really well for me. I'm very happy with the results so far. Like I said, I had a 1 pound release this morning, and I'm already into ketosis, which I was not in. It was not in ketosis. Wasn't letting off any ketones at all. And I'm back into burning ketones, which is a really good thing. So it just goes to show you that this diet is working because it already has my body using fat as a fuel. So I'm excited. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I am still in this game, honey. I'm still in the race. Had a little minor setback, but I realized, I regrouped and I realized what some of the pitfalls are, and you definitely have to be prepared for P3. I love P3. I mean, I get to eat so many different foods. Get to eat a lot of fat and flavor in my food, but you have to know what to eat and how to eat. And if you don't know what to eat and how to eat, you're going to, I wasn't eating enough. That really just was the biggest problem I had. I wasn't eating enough. I was eating too small. I was still eating like I was on HCG. Sorry guys, I have this like dry skin on the back of my leg and it's itching me like crazy. So I wasn't eating enough, and that was the bad. Yes, finally I could put lotion on my skin. You guys don't know how bad. God really spared me because my skin gets really dry. I have really dry skin. And if I don't lotion my skin, it gets so dry it will crack and bleed. That's how bad it gets. And I have been spared. It didn't get to that point, but it was just at that breaking point, just before I went into excuse me, P3. It was just getting to that point where it was about to really get bad. So I just finished lathering myself down with a lot of shea butter and trying to get my skin nice and moist while I'm in on P3. That'll help me out. But anyway, guys, I didn't forget about you. Thanks for all of the messages. All you guys were sending me messages asking me if I were okay, where I was. I'm fine. I'm here. I just didn't really have that much I wanted to say at the time. So you won't see me doing videos daily. As much as I'd love to, sometimes I just don't have the time. But I'll definitely try to get one at least once. I'm going to try to do twice a week, but once a week. However, once I go back into P2, then you'll see them. You'll see them at least every other day. But in P3, there's not really much to talk about. I discovered peanut butter, although with the Atkins plan, the phase that I'm on, because Atkins come in phases too. The phase that I started on was phase one. I'm not supposed to eat peanut butter, but I have been, and it's so damn good. I'm eating the natural peanut butter. It's just peanuts, and some salt. That's it. Not the Skippy, not Skippy, no. But the healthy peanut butter. It's like crack. Oh my God. And which is really why they don't want you to eat it while you're on Atkins, because it's hard to control the portions. People tend to eat too much of it. But anyway, there's a balance with the Atkins diet. I don't really have a lot of time, so I can't really go into it, but maybe I'll talk about that on another video. I'll tell you kind of a little bit more about the Atkins. I love the Atkins diet. It is absolutely wonderful and it freaking works. I was afraid for the first couple. I really was afraid. I'm like, this is not going to work. I was eating so much fat. I kind of had a little bit of indigestion. I'm telling you. But it really, I'm in ketosis. I have released a pound, so hello. I was scared, but I'm starting to release, and like I said, I'm into ketosis, so um, my body's doing what it's supposed to do. But anyway, guys, I'll keep you guys updated. I just want to give a shout out to my daughter Soleil. She had her winter symphony at her school, and she rocked it out. It was so beautiful. I was such a proud mama. Anyway, guys, I will keep in touch with you guys maybe in the next couple of days or so and let you know how the Atkins is going. Love you. Be good. Bye.